Uh, Good morning. And so I thought this morning, I want to share this picture. And this is actually painted by a very famous painter in China, but he's no longer living in this realm. And I'll explain to you why I want to share this. Let me just go back there. Oh, what do you see? I don't see it.
Your Yeah, we see your emails.
Sorry. Sorry. Sure. Okay, I'll have to go this way. Download. Oh, okay, this time you should be able to see it, right? Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, good. Um, so you can't really see this very detailed line, but you can see, I'm gonna enlarge a little bit. Can you kind of see there's a little line there? Like a
Yeah.
little tiny line drawn into a rectangle, and then then creating this grid. um, you may wonder why this is significant, why this is important. I can do that too, right? You don't have to be an artist to do that. I'm going to exit so I you just get an idea what I'm talking about. And I was so inspired, believe it or not. And if you know the background, you understand why. So each line, this is a famous artist who have lived his life painting all kinds of styles. Unfortunately, I don't have his early painting, which is really beautiful views that you can see in Chinese painting. And he switched just dramatically to this type of painting style after he met a monk. So he began to learn how to meditate and really cultivating this art deeply. And every time he meditated, he would draw a line on the paper. And that's how many times he meditated. So not really, yeah, we can say I can do that, but if you follow the way that he did, you may not able to do that consistently every single day and many times a day. And every time he meditate, he draw a line. And this line is not just, unfortunately, we can't see the line with the micro, more in the microwave, so you can see this energy in the pen. And so I was really inspired because something super simple, but it's not easy. And it's just like how we practice Qigong and how we living our life. Right? And this morning, my daughter texted me, say something, Mom, I went bathroom. I feel so happy. I said, you know what? It's just like so, like a life, the simple things sometimes make us so happy, so important to us. And um, I, of course, every time you see this type of artwork or you read something about it, you always relate it to your own life. We can't help to do that way. So I was thinking, what if I draw a line every single day? For the first day, I feel like my life has changed 2 years ago. I would have drawn 736 lines on paper, and what those lines gonna look like. Definitely, I can feel his element. We talk about five element. I see so much metal in this artist that he has this so perfect aligned and make this empty space super aligned, very metal, but it's also very earthy. Like you think about how much strength and like grounding work you have to do in order to achieve that a discipline, to have that self-discipline. And so I thought, oh, it would be nice to have a project for you in the summer to do. Let's see if I do 100 days of practice of Qigong. And each day, if I finish, I draw a line or I draw something. I do something repetitively, simply every single day for a period of time, not just for a week. How many like new things that when you learn you love so much, you said, oh my gosh, I love this, I'm gonna do it. And then 2 weeks later, you're no longer doing it, right? So this is our human nature. It's very difficult to stay in one thing, even if something speak to your heart that you do every day. I think what that really train us is to train how to live life simply. Towards the end of the days, um, I this is what I want to imagine myself. I can lie on my deathbed with ease. There's nothing that I have to hold on to anymore. I can let it go everything peacefully and doing something simple as breathe in, breathe out. If I can't move any part of my body, if I can get that, like satisfied with that simply, meaningfully every moment. And I think the cultivation ultimately for understand the freedom. And my birthday, I play card with my friends, and everyone have to have an intention. And my intention was it was freedom. And guess what card I draw? Which I think is such a universe has always have a message for you. And my card was about earth element. How I understood the card, like the true freedom, is not freedom that you have every day that you want to go anywhere, you want to traveling, you want to buy something, that type of freedom. True freedom is the freedom that you cannot have all of that and still find the freedom. So that card really helped me understand that because life circumstances is not always in our control. But when you don't have control, that you can still find a freedom. And that's the true freedom. So we're learning about Earth this month. And Earth teaches us about that. Your freedom or your whatever your intention is. Maybe it's your health, maybe your you feel stuck in a life situation. Like I have heard hearing people talk about a lot about that, my friends. I feel I'm so feeling so stuck. Like springtime, liver is all about rising. There's a stagnation that is this feel like I can't rise, I can't go anywhere, I can't express myself. I'm just like, oh, I'm so angry, right? That emotion, anger comes with that feeling of stagnated. But Earth teaches us to breathe and be grounded. Don't try to go somewhere else or don't try to break things that you, and just breathe, just be here. And being here, BEING, being, this feeling of sensing of being really teaches every element. How to connect with your heart, with the fire, how to breathe with the lungs, right? How to flow like water in this place, can continue finding a flow, and how to connect our emotion with the wood, like really through just letting go. You don't have to reach, you don't have to express, you can just be here until you find that center, you find the ground. Everything just naturally flow, and you will be able to express yourself like a wood. You will be flaking like a flower, fully enjoy that life. um, so it just that painting make me just go around the five element, think about my life as well. I thought to share with you, and maybe that's some experiment that you want to do for yourself. I kind of want to try that. I'm going to grab a piece of paper and just draw a line. And every day I do Qigong, or every day, life is challenging every day. And so I can draw the line, and I probably won't draw the straight line like that. I'll be more expressive. But something I want to share with you, and in case you want to try that, and then maybe we can meet and together show each other a picture that we draw. Any question about the earth element? And how was your practice? Have you tried one standing like a tree for 20 minutes? Yes, kind. But at least you try some meditation, a standing meditation. I hope that's helpful and for you to understand Earth through the experiencing. You know, it's not through your mind, but through your body practice. Okay, so we're gonna do more Earth, and today I thought about Earth. Which other part that I haven't mentioned about Earth? And who think in our group, this right here, and anyone would like to talk about your own Earth? Or if you think you're Earth dominant, anybody? One brave enough to just open your five elements? It's like, and to,
Yeah.
yes, Mary.
Well, I was thinking a lot about the earth element this past weekend. We had really bad weather here, and it was rainy and it was so windy, and I do my practice in my garden room. So I'm looking out and I see the trees, the pine trees and the trees that are just starting to bloom and all the daffodils, and they're just like whipping around in this wind. And I'm thinking, and then I'm looking, it doesn't look like all this wind or anything is really bothering anything in nature. It's just floating around in nature. And I just feel like I could see everything was so grounded in the earth, everything in nature. That day to me, I could look out and see everything's grounded, even with all the chaos going around. And then the next day, the sun was out, very quiet. Everything is so still and everything's still grounded. It's like, as long as you have the earth and you feel that element, you can steady yourself. I think that's kind of how I was looking at it.
Wow, that's so beautiful, Mary. Just, by the way, I'm so jealous with your garden. um, I just started my vegetable garden, so but it's always nice to be reminded in nature. Like we look out the window, we see this, and the fact that we can learn so much from nature. Nature is our teacher, and learning Qigong is really talking about 自然. Remember, I mentioned about the 自 means self. 然 means just as it is, just as the way it should be. So 自然 is returning to yourself. And but if you don't know, there are two things. If you don't know who you are, it's hard to return to yourself. Or if you're not willing to show who you are, it's hard to return to yourself. So basically, learning Qigong can help us to understand who we are first. Like, you know, allow us, the qi opens up to the self shells that will protect ourselves and not refuse to see who we are. But the qi will show you, the qi will open up, and then you can feel, oh wow, you can feel, really experience who you are first, not seeing from your mind, right? And from your judgment. Sometimes we're judging ourselves of who we are, but that's not truly who we are. So practice Qigong can open that false and shell. Then you can really experience who you are. Then the returning will be naturally return who you are. Anybody else want to share about your earth? That's so wonderful, Mary. I love it. Um, Sandra.
Um, yeah, earth is something I kind of struggle with the concept of, or struggle with it in my life, because I so associate it with nurturing others and with the self almost, getting lost in the nurturing others. So the idea of being grounded in yourself and putting the self-nurturance first as a basis for being able to give to others is sort of an important concept that I'm trying to learn. There's a way of being there for others and letting others ground themselves in you that almost obscures the perception of the self.
Yeah, that's so I'm so glad you brought this up because that's the tendency of Earth. And if you're Earth dominant people, you have natural tendency to giving other people because that's how you see yourself. And without that power of healing others or helping others, you don't see yourself. So it's important for Earth people to share that, and it's also natural to share. But it's also very easily to lose the self by sharing too much for Earth people. And I can give you a perfect example of my mom. She's totally earth dominant. One of her strong element is earth, and she cannot accept a help. For her to accept people, she every time she just made like 200 dumplings the other day, and she said, "I give everything away." I said, "Mom, did you save something for yourself?" She goes, "Yeah, just the one that is broken." And she cooked. I said, "Mom, you spend all this time, you should give yourself a good one at least." But that's who she is, and she really find the joy and the happiness through the sharing. She loved to see people smiling and savoring her dumplings. But the earth people can easily lose that balance because you share too much, then you find resentment. If people don't show appreciation or they don't call you back, say, "Oh, thank you for the dumplings," then she'll think, "I wonder if she likes my dumplings, and well, is she okay with me?" And it just the thoughts is coming back and forth, and the earth have tendency to stuck in one place and just go around. So the emotional earth is worry, overthinking. So you're thinking and thinking and thinking. You can't get yourself out of that. But in order to balance the earth, the best way, I like Lillian Pearl Bridges' idea. She says the best way to balance your earth to spoil yourself. Like you spend, like for me, my situation, if I leave the house for like too long, I feel guilty. That's totally earth thing, like a trick, tricky. So in order to feed my earth, I'm gonna give myself a whole day break or hire a caregiver 24/7 for a week and just spoil myself. But again, I can't do that. So the earth people, if you find yourself have a hard time receiving, and you got to make sure you spoil yourself to receive everything possible to balance. And we notice our element changes throughout age. And one five element is based on your chart, you have that. But there's other effect, like who you spend life with and what environment, what kind of job, what life situation is. So your element actually just like your five organs. So if one organ is lost, let's say if you have one kidney take out, and the other kidney not only going to take over some of the responsibilities, other organs will take some responsibilities as well. So same thing with our five element. If one element is out of balance, the other element will adjust based on that imbalance. But earth is very good about that. This is why we have this chart we talk about. The earth is in between each element transition. Okay, and we know if you feel like you're out of balance, there's something going on that you feel stuck, do earth, ground yourself, do standing like a tree. Those work like magic. And that's the purpose of learning the five element qigong. So you understand the movement can really help you align the spirit and emotion and the qi field. Thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing that. That's precious. That's very precious. Okay, so let's go ahead start it. We're gonna do some movement for sure. Um, you know, really feel how much that it can help us to balance and finding that homeostasis, find the ground, find your way home. Okay, so the home is the key word, and we want to feel comfortable at home. So comfy is all about earth. Earth people like to wear comfy clothes. They don't care about the look. And so see if you can find a confidence through movement, through this chi field, your emotion and your, spiritual practice. So let's have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. So I was thinking the shoulder width apart and back a little bit. Let's just really feel your feet. Now, just bend the knees and feeling the bottom of the feet. You can either use your hands to help that pressure or just simply hang your arms by your side. But I wanted you bend, sinking the tailbone and feeling the connection into the earth. Now, if you imagine your legs, whole entire legs is into the ground like a tree roots, and the earth bottom, pelvic floor, connect to that earth, Mother Earth. So feeling this very low grounded. And when we describe someone in Chinese, we call it dun ho. Because dun is all about weighted. Ho, in other words, is like a thickness. So when you give Earth people a hug, you can feel they're very they're not bony, but they're very earthy, like comfy. I don't know if I have few friends that I hug them, I feel they're so comfortable. So those very earth quality. Very nice. Now begin to bounce the knees just gently up and down. You don't even move your arms and just feeling this bounce from inside out. It's a micro movement, but reaching to every corner of the body. And notice any tension that you're holding on your face, your neck, shoulders, waist, your tailbone, and hips. And feeling this knees like almost like a chi spring is bouncing or has chi in it. Is you're not using muscles and bones. Good. Feeling this space in your heels. Good. And feeling the space inside of your fingers, palms, arms. Beautiful. Now just add a little direction change. When you change directions, make sure don't lose the awareness behind your back, like behind the body, and feeling the back as you're turning. Still shaking up and down. You may not able to see me shaking, especially if you need the glasses. So I'm really shaking very small, but very comfortable. Like, can you find a comfort in the shake? And begin to open, feeling the space. And we'll begin to open the crown of the head by Hui point. Okay, feeling the Bai Hui connect to the tail. Feeling the central channel open up. And this energy shaking from the center of the body, radiating, vibrating outward. Beautiful. Now we're adding the heels. Your body slightly lean forward, letting the heels off the ground, and they will be automatically getting bigger. And can you still feel grounded? And one student asked me, so when we do shaking like heels off the ground in the springtime, because the spring is all about rising qi, should we focus on the qi rising up? And I want you to think about this question a little bit. Are you thinking about getting the qi up towards the head? The answer is no. The rising qi in nature in the spring It's natural. You don't, anything that is manipulated is not good. So if you ground, if you really want to rise, you have to ground deep in order to rise. So even though your heels off, you still have very much connected earth. Beautiful. Back to center. We're going to stop here for a moment, completely still physically, and sensing the qi movement. And sensing the changes in the body, inside of your mouth, sensation in the palms and fingers, or sensation in the body, like you're feeling the whole spine, your back is softer, lighter, more spacious. Beautiful. We're going to sink in as we exhale downward, and as we inhale, scoop qi from earth up through Huiyin into Dantian, and exhale, turn the palms down, your hands rest right in front of the belly. So we begin to feel this earth energy here. Now see if we can draw a circle to your left side and feeling the qi in front of you, connect to the earth. Feel the qi, make a circle. Good. And the circle doesn't have to be big, but I wanted you to feel this movement start from small to large, gradually. And don't lose the sensation in the back or the awareness of the back. Feel your lower back is a part of the circling. And how much the circling connect to your feet? Very grounded. You are sensing the weight change, rolling to the front and to the side and the back. And one thing I wanted you to pay attention is not separating the hips so you become a hip circle. Your hips and the spine is as one unit. Beautiful. Now reverse. Again, from small to large. Letting the qi pushes you or guides you. And letting your inner dantian be the leader. And the inner dantian has its two forces that connect to your feet. The life forces connect to the feet constantly. Nice job. And notice your armpits, they're not tight. And your back is full, right? It's open. So when I think about talking about back, so if you look at my back, it's not arched. Really feel the qi, feel the layers all in the back. So when you're turning, make sure you're not arch this lower back. So keeping the lower back movement open for the whole time. Beautiful. Let's return back to center. Take a moment here. Your hand right at the navel level. On the navel, on the either side of navel, there point, stomach point called heavenly pivot. So from your navel down, if you consider to the earth, from here, it will be go change. So your hands right here at the waist level, we're going to turn the left palm up towards the sky. So we're going to go like yin yang palm, like that. Okay. So one is palm up, one is palm down. Stay here. Now we're going to, excuse me, we're going to separate in this hand. The yang goes to yang, yin palm goes to yin. So separate as much as you can, up to your heart, a little above the heart. And this is below the navel. From here, we're going to flip the top palm and continue press up and down. So when you go up and down, it's almost like aligned. So straight, reach. Really feel the earth chi and feel this heavenly chi. Feel this cosmic chi. Good. And continue feel that. We're going to stretch from the legs. Push, stretch, stretch, stretch even further. Now we're going to stretch to the side. Push that space. Exhale. Now sink in the legs, tailbone, and feel that stretch even more. Softly, slowly. And then return to center by draw that tailbone down. Heavy, heavy tailbone back to center. And then open the arms with that chi flow. Good. To the shoulder level, take a deep breath in. Feel the chi space and relax. Now compare with both sides of the body and arms. Beautiful. Feel which arm is a little longer, or are they the same length? With all the observation are part of learning the chi. So important part of learning. Now, palms up, sinking, and draw the chi up to the belly. Exhale, relax, right on this chi table. Good. Now flip your right palm up towards the sky. And begin to separating these two hands. Your right palm can keep up as you keep lifting. So make sure you're not lifting your shoulders. You want to be natural, okay? And you're naturally going to turn the palm towards your body and continue flip the palms up towards the sky, separating sky and earth. Relax the shoulders. You're not lifting shoulders. Now press your feet down to stretch the arms even more so. Good. Take another deep breath in gently. And exhale, stretch to the side. Continue grow apart. So one is down, one is up, opening the sides of the body. Good. And now bend the knees, sinking, relax the head a little bit, and feel that deeper, gentle stretch on the right side. Make sure you're not leaning too far back. So keeping that side or even slightly forward is okay. Now draw the tailbone back to center. Slowly release. And let an arm softly follow the circle. Open. Feel the space expanded. Front and back, both sides. And relax. Good. Now we're going to flow a little bit. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, even longer. Exhale, bend the knees, soften the head. And inhale, drop the tailbone down. Open the arms slowly. And exhale, relax both arms. To the other side. Draw the earth upward. Inhale. Receiving and exhale, relax. Connect to the earth. Inhale, right palm up towards the sky. And exhale, rotating the palms, press legs all the way straight. All the joints are still soft. And exhale, stretch the side. Inhale again. Exhale, soften the knees and head. And pushing, you can cross this bottom arm even more. And now slowly back to center as you inhale. And exhale, relax. Try one more time without worry about your breathing, just breathe naturally. So up into the belly and let it flow. So focus on the flow. Focus on the qi leaves the body. Make sure you soften the head when you bend the knees and feeling the deeper stretch. And then very grounded as you come back to center. And relax. One more time. The other side. Earth tea into your earth. Connect to your earth. And here letting go all the tension. Feeling the back for the whole time, especially when you stretch and it's easily arch your back, and feeling the long back tag the wall. Connect to the wall. And longer, further. Good. And soften the head and knees. Very nice. Now feet down, coming back to center. And this moment of letting go, feel this abundant qi flow. And relax. Beautiful. This time we'll gather both hands onto your belly. So one is on bottom on the navel, the other one on stomach. So stomach, earth, associated with the earth element, and your belly associated with the water. And this connect to the earth. So earth in water, feeling this connection. Okay, earth controls water in the five elements, but it's also balance the water. When you have too much water, you'll flow anywhere, there's no roots, so the earth will help you to balance. Now here, we're feeling this earth connect to that deep unknown, this earth deeply connect to your legs, okay? On the top, so we're going to draw some circles. Coming closer, you can see. So we're isolating this two parts, and begin to circle the top and stabilize the bottom. Good, feeling this internally. Now watch my head. My head is not drawing this, so this is different. So you're really isolating this part of the ribs, drawing circle like that. But the hands on the bottom will help you to feel the stabilization. Good, and reverse. You can do very small. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be natural for you. Natural is different from everyone. So this is why I keep saying you have to listen to your body's needs. Beautiful. Return to center for a moment and feeling these two parts of the body are deep, even more connected after try to separate and feeling this isolation in order to feel more connected. Sometimes the stagnated qi block in this area can make you feel like rigid. So until you open and move and feel the flow, it can unite this qi field, the energy field. Okay. Now switch. You can switch arm or not switching arm. If you switch arm, you can just feel a little balanced. But if you don't switch arm, it's okay. We're gonna move on the bottom part. So keeping your top part still, I'm gonna move the bottom part forward and back. Circle. And this bottom part is very easy to connect your feet. Can you feel that deep connection to bubbly spring and almost feel like your feet also doing the circle? And it's really great way to cook the water. Okay, so the water in your body, if you're not cooked, if it's too cold, it become ice. And that's when the tumor legs, and until we can cook the water, it can transform all the stagnated qi masses, sometimes I call, and then it can flow throughout. If it's toxic, it can become this qi or sweat or urine or feces. So all of that, it can help us release the stagnated qi in the body. Good. And reverse the other direction. And try not to move the top part. And really feel the inside, in the center of the dantian, doing this stir. They use the, what do you call, spatula, and sweeping the pot, and try to get all the stuff. You cook the soup or making cookies, and just scrape everything. Good. And coming back to center, and take a moment to reconnect these two parts of the body. Very nice. Now hands relax, and just do a little rubbing across the belly. This is very good health exercise, also good for losing this energy fat in here, because by rubbing you increase the heat in the body, so that can melt the stagnated energy here. Good. Rubbing your kidneys up and down. Good. Very nice. Now relax the arms. Here we're going to try some rotation to unify this earth and wood. And the wood element that we also stretch. I'm very much aware of working the earth element in the spring season. Okay, so I may do different earth in the winter time. So let's have your feet a little bit larger this time, kind of like Ma Bu, the horse dance. So I want you to really feel this grounding, like a statue. If you stay here, I remember play this earth the Qi game, which I love, is to stand in this position, face to someone, try to push the person facing you off the balance. So you have to be really grounded and able to move without, just like the thing that Mary mentioned with wind, all chaotic, blow everywhere. And the daffodil on the tree, they blow with the wind. They're not going to hear, I'm stronger than you, wind, right? So they go with the wind, but they're really rooted that way. So I want you to feel that a little bit. Have your legs all grounded. Make sure the knees in line with the toes. If this is too much, you can open your toes a little bit and open the knees. The reason I don't like this one, the reason I like this one better, is to really activating your yang meridians. Okay, so here we're gonna stabilize from the hips, feel your hips bone, right? And really, you can give your hips a little pressure, and hands relax. So hands give a little qi charge on your legs. Then I want your arms completely be free. Okay, your arms be free and your upper body be free. So I want you do some improvisation. So you don't have to follow me. You can do some twists, some reach up, some spine undulation, but without moving your legs and the hips. So see how big movement you can create without disturbing the earth. So any movement, reaching forward, up, side. If you notice you move your hips. So we try not to move my hips from waist up, go forward, and even go backwards. right? And see, play with. In the meanwhile, your legs work so hard to stabilize your body, not falling. You may begin to feel sore on the quadricep. Good, very nice. Now back to center. Slowly stretch legs and bring your heels in, toes in, and shake both legs. In and out, forward and back. All right, swing the arms. Beautiful. Okay, go back to bigger stance. Now we're going to do some weight shift, okay, with a direction change. So when you shift to the right side and you're going to pivot the left toes, and then you're going to push from the back foot into that leg. Now you change to, we call this Gong, the bow step, okay? And then pushing from the front foot backward and pivot toes back to the front. And then shift to the left side. Now you're going to go to the other side. So pivot, right? Push from the back foot. Push. And push from the front foot. Back. And pivot toes back to center. Let's try that one more time. So pivot. If it's too large, you can keep it small. And push from the back. And coming back to center. And relax down. Let's try that. To the other side. Pivot. Push from the back. And push from the front. And pivot back to center. Okay, good. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention is the height change. So make sure you're not going up and down, up and down. So you really keep the same level forward and back. All right. Now we're going to add arms. So you're going to inhale, both arms rise in the front, and exhale, sink to your right side. Pivot, push. So push the back foot and push palms to the front. Good. Now push the front foot back. Withdraw both arms in. And coming back to center. Now we're going to do another push out here. All the way. So feel your feet go down, arms go out. And exhale down. Start left side or right side. Inhale. Exhale, sink to the left. Pivot. Change. And push out. Push back, withdraw both arms. Pivot back. And push out to the side. And relax. Okay, here's the breathing pattern. So you're going to inhale, draw the arms up, rise. And exhale, sink. Inhale, pivot. Exhale, push. Inhale, pull back. Pivot back, so longer inhalation. Exhale, push out. And when you go, have nowhere to go, extend the fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Let's try the other side. Breathe in and breathe out, sink. Move to the left foot. Breathe in, rotate, and breathe out, push. Breathe in, withdraw, push the front foot, and turn back, Exhale, push both arms and legs away, very grounded. Inhale, lengthen the arms, expand the back. Exhale, relax. We're going to try that a few more times. Let it flow easily. Feel the qi. Down and shift. Inhale, turn, and exhale, push. If pushing to the side is too hard, you can go to diagonal. So that's always okay. And pull back, return, inhale, exhale, push out. Inhale, lengthen, feel your back expanded. Wingman, tailbone down. Exhale, relax. Good. Again, right side. Feel the qi. And make the stance a little smaller if you need to. Sometimes it goes bigger and bigger. Shift, turn, push. Really ground it into this push. So the back knee, make sure don't lock. And return. And relax. Push out. And extend the fingers before you're letting go. Let's try that one more time. Just flow. Bring toes in. You can even bring that toes a little bit more in if you like. And that will make your turning a little easier. Make sure always knee over the toes. As you push in the back foot, you go even more grounded, more rooted. Very nice. Now step your left foot just a little bit to the corner. And hands in front of the belly, we're going to just move in the earth tea. Feeling so grounded. Now as you moving backward and feeling the front foot is supported. And coming back feel the back foot help your dantian. Front foot helps dantian. Good. Letting your waist be nice and soft. Again, back knee over the toes. Now reverse direction. And as we focus a lot on earth, don't forget Bai Hui. So feel this Bai Hui is lightly lifted, connected. That will help you more relax for the rest part of the body. Good. Next movement, you're going to step forward. So as you circle to the front and bring your back foot in and step to the corner. Okay, so now we're going to moving. I think you're moving clockwise. Sometimes I have the clockwise and counterclockwise is a little tricky for mirror. Right? Are you moving clockwise? Clockwise. Right there. Mhm. Are you doing, yeah, clockwise. Ah, that's right. And feel the front leg supporting, moving back, and the back foot supporting, moving forward. And dantian is always a little more ahead of your hand, ahead of the arms. Nice. Now reverse. So again, dantian is always a little more ahead of your hand. Feeling that you're in this deep earth place, but also have a little bit of water quality, right? Beautiful. Now return back to center by stepping the foot, back foot forward. Okay. Now for me, I'm gonna step back a little bit and bring yourself into this stance. The last movement, we're going to coming up, open the arms at the chest level, and sinking down as far as you can. Squat down, okay. Letting arms scoop the earth upward, so your body slightly forward is okay, and then drop the tailbone to come up. We do a lot of legs work. If it's too much for your legs, and just do gentle, be gentle. Down and coming up. Open. Imagine your tailbone is the one point and creating a triangle with the feet. Squat down and coming up. Beautiful. Now let's open the space above you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, soften the knees. Use your nose only this time. Last two. Beautiful. And relax arms. Shake it out. Shake out the legs, each side, your ankles. You can do much, much longer time to practice balance on that leg. And I like shaking the foot in the air so your ankle can be completely relaxed. Okay, good, very nice. So let's do a little bit of padding from the earth center. You begin to pad upward. So keeping this muscle, drawing this up towards the heart. The side. And belly. You can even use a little fist. Okay, so that's, your dantian is very strong. You have lots of, your fatty tissue much thicker here. So you can use the empty fist. Coming to the earth center. This is Huyan Palace. Good. Now hands smooth out. Qi go to the back. We're going to brush down all the way out to the toes. Okay. So brush down once behind, all the way out to the toes, once on the side. Good. Now pat. Good. And brush again. Back and side. On top, brush the arms, body, front, side, and back. Get all the energy dust here down to earth. So let's just simply bring the hands to your belly to finish our practice today on earth element. It's a breathe with earth. And feel your toes, big toes, that spleen point. Beautiful. And relax. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I think I have to adjust my clock. I know my clock is a little slow. Good job, everyone. Thank you. Take care of your body, take care of your earth, and we'll see each other next week. Anybody want to have a question? No? Okay, good. I'll let you go. Bye bye.